Hi everyone and welcome to Lost Boy. I hope that you're all doing well. My name is Jamie, for those of you that are new to my channel, and for those of you that are returning, thank you for all of your support. This is going to be a general collective message. It's intended for whoever needs it. Please take the messages that resonate with you in your particular situation and drop the ones that do not. I do want to say thank you for those of you who have reached out to me yesterday in regards to me undergoing a procedure. Thank you for all of your love and thank you for all of your support. The procedure went fine, it went great, and it went smooth, and it was just what I needed to get back on track. So thank you. Thank you. Alrighty, we're going to get into this reading. Universe, what is going on in the energy, and what is it that the collective needs to know at this time? Oh boy. We have the Ten of Pentacles reversed with the Three of Swords reversed here as well. I feel like somebody did something out of hurt that's going to end up costing them in the long haul. Somebody's plans are not coming to fruition because I feel like somebody did something without thinking. They did something overly emotional. And it has something to do with in regards to finances, stability, resources. This could even have to do with the family or the community of some sort. We do have the World. That's an ending. That's a completion of a cycle. Something needs to give. Something has been happening for way too long. Somebody here has been grief-stricken, but I feel like something here has been prolonged. It's like a constant, someone has been in a constant state of grief, which has been creating this haze or like this fog, like this. There's been no clarity in regards to someone's decision making, and this has to do with their future, but it's like somebody's going about something all wrong. We have the Chariot right here, but it's on the side. It's facing down. Something's going downhill, or someone's going downhill real fast. And again, with this Five of Cups, this has to do with grief, victimhood, overdoing something, overplaying something, overusing something. Something here has got to give. There's been some kind of an illusion. Somebody's under their own spell, right? They're under their own spell, and they don't realize that they're only ending up betraying themselves in the long haul. I apologize if you hear the fan running. My dehumidifier just clicked in. We have death right here. This is an ending. This ending is going to bring transformation. It is time. The time is now. We have the Sun. Something is getting ready to come to light. We have the Page of Wands reversed, so... and the Knight of Pentacles reversed. Somebody did not think things through when they enacted some kind of plan. I don't know if somebody here... somebody took something the wrong way, is what I'm feeling it. They took something the wrong way. They were already in victim mentality. This is already the type of person who's already like, woe is me, woe is me. I don't know what you did. Obviously, I don't think you did something wrong. I think somebody here perceived something wrong, and the way that their mind has already been very fragile, it caused them to do something reckless and impulsive, something without any thought. Because the Knight of Pentacles reverse is somebody who doesn't think things through. They're not very methodical. They're not very practical. It's also somebody here who's not very committed to doing things the right way, right? To putting in the hard work and effort. This is somebody here who wants a quick payout. Somebody here wants a quick payout. I don't know if they're abusing their trauma story, or I don't know what this is. We also have the Ten of Cups sideways. We're starting with the 10 and we're ending with the 10. 10, 10. A major cycle is getting ready to close up. I feel like somebody here has failed to learn some kind of lesson. I feel like somebody here is now going to be forced. They're going to be forced to learn a lesson. They're going to be forced to take a deep, hard look at themselves. I definitely feel like this is somebody here who has been struggling with their shadow self, but instead of confronting it, it's like I feel like they just gave into it. They feel like they have no other options. It's like somebody here who's been constantly in survivor mode their whole life. This could definitely be some kind of unhealed trauma. And let me just say this channel is for entertainment purposes only. I am not here to give you legal, medical, or even psychiatric support. It's for entertainment purposes only. I'm not a doctor. I just read cards and dice. Somebody here is not going to be able to move forward into what it is that they thought. Somebody thought that they could manipulate a situation so much based on some kind of story that they've had, or some kind of, it's something here that they built up for themselves based on some kind of trauma, heartache, pain, again, wanting sympathy, right? Even that can be abused, right? It's given like pity energy, like somebody wants to be pitied. I'm going to be honest when I say this, and I hope nobody takes offense, but it's quite pathetic. Just going to keep it real. Could be dealing with the Cancer here, double Cancer with the Moon in the Chariot. Could be a Scorpio here with this Death card. We have a High Priestess here as well. This could be somebody here who thinks that they have a connection to the divine. You know, she's facing down. Again, with this Chariot, somebody's going down by trying to manipulate or abuse religion, trying to abuse God, or even trying to abuse people's spirituality. Maybe this person doesn't even have any, right? But he knows that people could be God-fearing or religious or highly spiritual, so they use those things against them, again, to get that pity, to get that sympathy, right? What is your God gonna think, right? What kind of, you know what I mean? Like that type of energy. You know what I mean? Like, that's what it's giving. They're not gonna be able to move forward with the Three of Wands reversed, going down. That's not being able to step into a new experience here. Somebody here didn't earn the right to walk through that doorway because they were unwilling to go down the path in the first place. They were unwilling to go down the path in the first place with the Knight of Pentacles reversed. Wow, Five of Swords, that makes a lot of sense. Somebody here is trying to win at all costs. They're being inconsiderate of other people. This is definitely somebody here who doesn't think about anybody else but themselves. They put themselves first all the time. And there's nothing wrong with putting yourself first, but it becomes a problem when you feel entitled to do something even though you know you're going to hurt somebody else. That's where the problem lies, right? It's like the Wiccan Creed. Do what ye will as long as ye harm none. Somebody here doesn't care. They just want their ego boosted. They want to be propped up. This is definitely somebody here who has given in to their own principalities, into their own demons, and they have become a shell of themselves, really. Queen of Wands reversed, the Star, the Ace of Cups reversed, and the Queen of Swords sideways. Somebody here is definitely seeking some kind of attention. They want validation. This is somebody who cannot sit with themselves, and maybe they can't sit with what they've done. I'm also hearing like somebody here could even be trying to run away from something that they did in the past. So maybe they're confusing their own guilt for like anxiety and panic, right? And using that as part of the projection in order to garnish sympathy and pity. Either way, this person's prayer is not being answered. I don't know why they're praying in the first place. Oh, God help me, God help me. It's like, God's like, what, help you, save you from yourself? Is really what this feels like? Like, God is saying, well, you shouldn't have never done that to the collective. You should have been more considerate, right? You're only in this position because of the choices that you have made. Where is the love, right? Black Eyed Peas, where is the love with this Ace of Cups reverse? Love doesn't come from attention. Love comes from inside. It's very interesting because I woke up this morning and my rose quartz bracelet was broken. So I'm like, was somebody trying to attack me in my sleep? Like trying to get rid of my love? Right? Like what are they thinking? Superficial? They trying to have me not be in a relationship or have me break up? And I'm not going to tell anybody what my status is because it's nobody else. It's nobody's business. But at the end of the day, love comes from inside of me. And that's between my connection and the divine, and no one will ever take that away from me, no matter how many times people try. I'm 35, I'm still here. Like, give up already. What you actually ended up doing was when you broke my bracelet, I saved every single one of those beads, and now I can just make 15, 20 love pouches to put all around the house, so thank you. Because I believe in transmuting energy. The good and the bad. You want to keep sending me negative energy, people? I'm going to use it to my advantage. I'm a Sagittarius rising. I am temperance. Alrighty. Universe, tell us more, please. I adjusted the microphone. I hope that it sounds better. Please let me know what y'all think. Universe. Somebody does not want something to come together, or they don't want somebody to know something. It's like they didn't want something to fall into place for you. Maybe something here has to do with attention in the spotlight. I don't know what it is that you're doing, but it's really irritating their demons. I don't know if you're in the spotlight in some kind of way. You're just shining. You're just being you. It's like somebody doesn't want something to fall into place for you. Maybe they don't want you to be stable because they're unstable. I don't know why this person is trying to mimic you. I don't know who this individual is. Again, family, friend, ex-lover. Somebody from the local coffee shop who, I don't know, who's envious of you. People just be holding grudges for all reasons. Universe, tell us more, please. I'm using the Storyteller's Tarot, in case anybody is interested. We have the Page of Coins. This is news about abundance, news about opportunities. Something here about somebody's hard work is finally getting ready to pay off. Excuse me. Somebody's hard work is getting ready to pay off. There could be news of new opportunities. Maybe this person was trying to block this from coming in. Somebody wanted you to be at the same frequency as them, but it's like you didn't allow somebody to, kind of like a riptide. Like you didn't allow the riptide to drag you under. Page of Coins, the Black Warrior of the North. Closely associated with the winter season and the Wuxing element water, this guardian of the north in Chinese mythology is actually a unification between two creatures, the tortoise and the snake. The Black Warrior that was formed is said in some myths to have created the earth or assisted the god who did so. In other stories, such as Journey to the West, the tortoise and the snake were two generals of the Emperor Zunamu, who joined forces. It is said to have the ability to enter the netherworlds to inquire forthcoming things. New opportunities are on the horizon, and it's up to you to work towards manifesting them. The Page of Coins signifies beginning a new venture or a creative project, a new job, or sudden financial payout that will help you turn your dreams into tangible realities. It is important to remember that the page does not bring the accomplishment of a goal, but the energy and capabilities of pursuing one. He invites you to stay focused and perhaps develop your skills further, even if it's something you are already successful in. Just because you're good at something doesn't mean that you can't be better, right? Doesn't mean that you can't create progress. Your hard work is getting ready to pay off. You could be receiving some kind of news, some kind of opportunity, some kind of payout. Somebody does not want you to receive this, maybe because of some action that they did in the past. And now they're worried, they're shaking in their boots. So that's why I said they're masking and covering up their guilt and playing it off as if they're anxious, as if they're sick. Someone's not being honest about their troubles. But instead, they're using it again as another form of manipulation in order to get what they want. Why is that one reversed? Oh, that's probably reversed from the last reading. But either way, somebody probably did not want you to discover something. Your heart. This has to do with love. Love and hate. Love and fear cannot coexist. Love and fear cannot coexist. Somebody here was trying to strike some kind of fear, or they were trying to project their fear onto you in hopes that it would, because somebody here knows about your manifestation abilities. Right? What you think, you attract, right? What you focus on, you attract that. So maybe somebody here has been trying to put their fear onto you in hopes that you will attract their karma. So this is somebody here who is very, very skilled at dodging and escaping their karma. But something about this time and this moment, they're very unsuccessful. This could be somebody who is even trying to attack you in multiple different avenues or different realms of your life in hopes to shatter your heart. But what happens when you actually give up those physical, worldly pleasures and desires and you find that love within yourself? It can no longer be taken away. So somebody purposely trying to attack you, trying to bring you down, trying to make you miserable, trying to make you feel like something here was always your fault, when in actuality it wasn't. It was their doing. They ended up getting you closer and closer to the divine, which is actually getting them closer and closer to their karma. So somebody here thought that they got away with something. They thought they got away with a lot of things. And they didn't. They didn't. Universe. They didn't, because you're enlightened now. Enlightenment. You are closer to the divine. You have reconnected with your inner child. You have reconnected with your innocence. Your heart is no longer broken. Somebody was not counting on your ability to heal. They didn't want you to heal your heart and pursue your dreams. Whatever you guys are doing, you're being bold and you're being brave. You're standing out from the rest because you're not doing something because, oh, I need a paycheck, right? I'm not going to work every day for a paycheck. Whatever you're doing something because you genuinely enjoy it. You love it. It's your purpose, whatever that may be, whether it's nursing, a therapist, somebody who works in a daycare, right? Maybe people love educating children, right? Working at a daycare. People who just love seeing children grow, right? And watching their little brains pick up, new concepts, right? You don't necessarily need to be a spiritual leader to love what it is that you do. Or to even be connected to the divine in that way. We each have our own individual purpose, and each purpose is different. It's unique to us. Somebody here is upset with your unique gifts and talents and your divine support. Maybe you're the type of person that walks around and it's like, I'm so thankful, I'm so grateful, I'm so blessed, right? Be careful who you tell your blessings to. Because some people may not be happy for you. We have soulmate and then completion. This is definitely a soulmate. Soulmates are meant to be in our life. Some are in our lives for a season. Others are in our lives forever. But either way, soulmates are meant to teach us a lesson. Right? A karmic lesson. And I know that karmic is thrown around a lot, but karmic is neither good nor bad. It just is. It's a catalytic, defining moment or relationship that teaches one about oneself, what one is willing to accept, what one is willing to tolerate, and how one values oneself and how one respects oneself. Somebody's season is coming to an end in your life. And some of you have already been enlightened. You've already seen signs of things falling into place. Universe, tell us more. Somebody here was trying to stop you from accessing your spiritual inheritance. Could be even physical inheritance with that Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Trying to stop you from accessing your blessings, from unlocking your blessings. I feel like this has been a very emotional cycle. There's been a lot of ups, there's been a lot of downs, there's been a lot of highs and lows. But you will be happy again. This is... Wow, I didn't just notice Judgment is right there. They're under judgment. They're under judgment. They can't handle the pressure. They can't handle the pressure. The same pressure that they try to put on you. They can't handle their own pressure. Universe, tell us more, please. Universe, please tell us more. There's a mature woman here who's concerned. Why are they concerned? Maybe they're concerned that you just don't see them the same way that you used to. You no longer hold sympathy for this person. Universe. Universe, please tell us more. There's the concerned, 33. That's a master builder number. We have 21. Somebody's concerned about the community, about the life that they've built with this family room. They're concerned. They're concerned that maybe it's no longer going in their favor. There's a relationship here that's about to come crumbling down. Somebody here is accessing sudden wealth. You know, with these swords have to do with communication. So I wonder if even part of this betrayal, right, part of this backstabbing had to do with running their mouth, maybe not wanting you to be in a relationship. You know, it's very interesting because the people who run their mouth about other people, right, they're usually spewing the thing, they're usually projecting, right? Oh, collective is crazy, collective needs to go to therapy, collective needs this, collective needs that, but they're really just projecting how they really feel about themselves. I'm just keeping it real. I take everything with a grain of salt. When someone starts talking to me about somebody else, I'm like, what are you trying to hide? What are you trying to run from? Why are you so triggered? Why do you feel the necessary to tell me things about somebody I don't know? Why? So I can create some kind of impression about somebody that I haven't met yet. That same energy of do not judge a book by its cover. I'm hearing this song. I can't think of the name or the people who sing it, but it's Once I was 7 years old. And there's a part in that song where it said, those that truly know me will be the ones that truly love me. Universe, tell us more, please. What is the tea here? I think that was the played out card. Somebody here has been played out. Universe, please tell us, what is the tea? There's like this heavy resistance here around this energy where somebody's been trying to keep you isolated and in the dark. I pray in the name of Jesus Christ, and we rebuke that energy in the name of Jesus. Universe, what is the tea? Somebody's kissing ass and talking shit. Universe. Universe, what is the tea? The T is they're going under legal issues. And they're trying to cover it up. They don't want anyone to know. They're being judged. They're under judgment. Court, judges, immigration, lawyers. The scales are getting ready to be balanced out. This could even be somebody here who even try to, like, put out some kind of false claim against you or try to have you investigated, but they only ended up putting the attention on themselves. Because it's like, what are you trying to hide? Why are you so intimidated by this person? Because this is somebody who's trying to steal your work, they copy your work, they duplicate, they feed off of you. They feed off your kindness, or they were able to in the past. Romantic love affair? Somebody has a secret lover. Wow, so they have legal issues. They have a secret lover. And they're kissing ass. Universe, tell us more. They're played out. They're played out and they're clout hungry. Says anything, does anything, and makes shit up just for the dramatics. Just to be extra dramatic, just to get the attention, just to get the sympathy, just to get that pity. The pity party is over. I feel like whatever this legal issue is, I feel like the judge is going to see right through something. Because I feel like somebody's going to be like, oh, well, you know, I only did that because I was going through this and I was going through that. And somebody's going to be like, I don't care. That's still no excuse to do what it is that you done. Like, even though you knew what you did was awful and wrong, but you didn't care. You were chasing some kind of clout. So you just said anything and let the other people run wild with it. So you created this negative entity. That's really what this is. When you play with energies like this, you end up creating something a monster that you don't want to create. Like Frankenstein's monster. Somebody here was upset that they married for money. Maybe this is somebody here. Maybe you didn't settle, right? You didn't get married just for the resources, right? You are the type of person that you get into things for love, right? Maybe somebody's like upset that this could even be somebody in your family like, well, I'm married for love. Well, look at that, where that got you. You have a secret lover. You have all these legal issues because you married for money. You didn't marry for love, and your whole life is falling apart. Somebody here is played out. Trying to keep up with some kind of appearance. Something here about a race. I don't know if they think that life is a race and maybe they're looking at you like, oh, this person's doing better than me. I don't know if this is like an older sibling who's like looking at the younger sibling like, oh, they shouldn't be more ahead than me, or I should have more praise than they do, or I should have those gifts instead of them. That should be me. You get what you give, and you have to earn things in life. There's no shortcuts. Like this Knight of Pentacles reverse. Somebody wanted a shortcut. There's no shortcuts in life. Somebody here also has no discipline. None whatsoever. No, that's not the one I wanted. This is the one I want. Split the deck to 3 of Swords again. Somebody here bound themselves to their own grief. Something here about weaponizing the emotions of their own grief. Because emotions are energy in motion. Somebody here has been unable to overcome something. Somebody here is seriously troubled. Seriously troubled. Four Swords. They were trying to lead a lamb to its slaughter, but your third eye ended up saving you. Some of y'all could have even recently pulled back your energy in some kind of way. Maybe you didn't know why, but you just had a feeling like, you know what? I need to distance myself. That was the enlightenment from the divine to say, you know what? You need to get out of the way so you don't get caught in the crossfire. Universe, tell me about the enlightenment. I could have sworn a card flipped over. Okay. Universe, tell me about the enlightenment. The Sun reversed. And the Father of Wands. This could be a Leo, doesn't have to be. This could also be somebody here who is supposed to be a father figure, but they're not. They're not acting like it. This is not somebody who's... they're definitely not acting like a leader with the Father of Wands in the reverse. Somebody here is not using their knowledge and their information accordingly, properly. They're doing it to control and to manipulate. They want to be in charge. Especially with... because this is the King of Wands reversed. This is somewhat of a tyrant. And the Six of Wands wanted to show itself. There is going to be victory here. See, I think the problem is that somebody here underestimated you while you were in your cocoon phase. Right? Because when you look at a cocoon, it's not the most prettiest thing. It's just, you know, this brown grayish thing that's just chilling on the side of a tree. Right? And some can mistake it as just an irregularity. But what comes out of that is a beautiful radiant butterfly. Right? No longer walking and crawling on the ground, but being able to fly and soar and see different things. They can access higher frequencies. Somebody was trying to block your light, block your innocence. They wanted you to continue to hold a grudge on life. Something here about somebody wanted you disconnected from your faith. Because through faith, all things are possible. Somebody here has had a vendetta out against you because of your nature. Universe, give me one more for this enlightenment, please. I just hit the microphone with my head. The Mother of Pentacles reversed. And the Seven of Cups. They wanted you confused. Maybe they wanted you to think that God wasn't on your side or that God was not going to be able to provide for you. Somebody wanted you to feel unstable. They didn't want you to be able to plant roots. They didn't want you to recognize your value. They wanted you to ignore your gifts. Somebody could have purposely been creating some kind of challenges and roadblocks just so that you wouldn't be able to express yourself and be able to provide for yourself with your innate abilities. I just heard boys like girls in my head. I used to be love drunk, but now I'm hungover. Somebody wanted you to go to them for attention and validation. This is like really sick and twisted. Like this person got off on like you telling them, oh, hey, I'm going to be doing this, or I'm thinking about doing this. I feel guided to do this, or this brings me joy. This, something about you being able to trust them. They sense that disconnect. They were really counting on you still keeping them in something here about the way that you view them, the space that you hold for them in your heart. And I'm not saying that you don't. You can still hold space for somebody in your heart, but still say you need to stay over there. Right? It's like learning to not touch the fire because it burns, right? But yet we still need to use fire to cook. We have the Daughter of Swords. That's the Page of Swords. Some kind of communication is coming in. There's been some kind of investigation, or somebody here has seen everything that they've needed to see out of a situation. They've acquired some kind of facts, some kind of data. Somebody here could have also even been overindulgent. Maybe somebody has been trying to claim that, I don't know, you're an alcoholic or you're an addict of sorts. Trying to confuse people about your light, about your enlightenment, about your connection to the divine. Ace of Pentacles, but there are opportunities heading your way, new opportunities. Ten of Swords reversed in Strength. You have persevered and pushed through. You didn't allow this person to get the best of you. And some of you, right, part of this is not being afraid to roar, right? It's about being able to put your foot down and say, you know what, not today. I'm not going to have you treat me this way so that I can always be angry at you. Right? Because you want to siphon my energy that way. I don't know, this person is so sick and twisted. Because it's really given the energy of wanting you to, like, attack them in a way so you can be like, look, see, I was right about collective all along. See what they just said? See what they just did? But they don't... That's why this Page of Swords is here. That's why there's been an inquiry or an inquisition. Right? Where people are like, all right, well, they keep saying this about collective, so let me go dig... Let me go do some research. Let me go do some digging. And then come to find out, it's like now they're finding out all the little things that they did in order to elicit that response out of you. And now, then they're like, you know what? If I was collective, I would have done the exact same thing. Universe, tell me about the concern. Here's the Four of Pentacles. Wow, the Daughter of Swords now came out in the reverse. The Lovers, the Devil reverse, the Ace of Pentacles reversed, and the Four of Pentacles sideways. Somebody is concerned at the fact that you no longer see them how you used to see them. You're no longer binded to whatever toxicity they're trying to bring to the table. You're not. And something here about you not enabling. You not enabling. I feel like this is somebody here who has been enabled and entitled their whole life. This is somebody here who has always gone to mommy and daddy to fix their problems. And mommy and daddy have always done that. And again, this could even be your sibling. Like, maybe your sibling was treated differently than you were. So it's like they were still handed everything, and yet you're the problem? Like, make it make sense. Either way, something here is being let go. You're letting go of something because you're like, you know what? I don't need this person in my life. I don't need this situation in my life. You know? I'm tired of missed opportunities here. And I'm tired of being bound and stuck to somebody out of, what's the proper word? Out of necessity, right? Just because somebody is your family member doesn't mean you need to fuck with them. Plain and simple. Just because you have a past with somebody doesn't mean you need to move into the future with them, especially if they're not on your side. They're not supportive, because obviously they're not. They just want your help to get them out of whatever bullshit they got themselves into. Which they did. They got themselves into all this bullshit, trying to distract themselves from all the things that they did to you. So it's like they dug two graves, a spiritual one and maybe even a physical one. Maybe in regards to their legal issues. Somebody here has such a grandiose feeling like they're above the law, they're above spirit, they can do whatever they want. This is giving God complex. Universe, tell me about the legal issues. The Hierophant reverse. This is giving God complex. Nine of Swords reversed. And the Hanged Man reversed. And the Four of Wands reversed. They don't feel bad for what they did. With that Nine of Swords in the reverse, they don't feel guilty for what they did. They feel like what they did was right. Somebody needs help. We have the Hanged Man reversed. Somebody here is seeing something differently. This could even be you, collective, seeing something differently. Strong Pisces energy, Taurus, Gemini, Capricorn, Scorpio, Cancer, and Aquarius energy here. Somebody who is played out. So if they're played out, so they keep playing the same game, they keep doing it over and over and over and over again. Somebody here could have been cheating at something. And now they're being caught. They cheated at something. They were trying to cheat. Or they were trying to rig the game in their favor. But like I said, there's been some kind of inquisition. Somebody here also did something extremely reckless and impulsive. And yet they feel like they had every right to do so because their feelings were hurt, or they're going through a tough time. That's no excuse. I'm sorry. Or, I was inebriated. Well, why were you inebriated? Because you were escaping from doing, you used it as a tool to escape reality because you know what you did was wrong. But yet you just don't want to own up to it. You're still holding on to that stance that, well, I'm doing what I have to do in order to feel it. I don't understand this energy. I really, really don't. I don't get it. Somebody here doesn't care. There's a father figure here involved somehow, or somebody here with more authority. Like, if this is work, if this is business for y'all, like, somebody here with more authority who, I don't know, I feel like has been letting things slide as well, and that's not fair either. Somebody here is losing some kind of recognition. They're losing support with the Four of Wands reverse. Somebody here sees the truth about the legal issues. Universe, tell me more. The Two of Cups. The Two of Cups came out sideways. We have the Son of Wands, which is the Knight of Wands. The Four of Wands just came out upright in the Ace of Cups. But yet the Hierophant is reversed. So somebody here is non-committal. They're not loyal. The Hierophant reverse is non-committal and unloyal. But yet, they want to rush in with the Knight of Wands and be like, oh, please take me back. Please give me some kind of forgiveness. I need your support. I need your lovin'. I need to be on your side. I need your help to get me out of this. That's what they want. Maybe because they know that you know. They know that you know that something ain't right. Something smells fishy. Universe, tell me about this played out. Ace of Wands and the Hermit. Nine of Pentacles and the Four Swords. Something here is played out. Trying to strike, try to go up against somebody who knows themselves inside and out. Somebody here who's not afraid of their own darkness. There is action being taken on this person who has been played out. Universe, tell me more about this played out. Temperance. The Tower reverse. The Four of Swords sideways. The King of Swords reverse. Judgment reverse. The Nine of Cups and the Five of Wands. Somebody has been highly competitive, trying to make their wishes and dreams come true. And there, again, there's nothing wrong with that, but it's in it's in the ways that you go about in doing that. Somebody here has been overindulgent. They've been love drunk. They have been love drunk. Trying to avoid some kind of ending. Somebody here could even be like pretending to be spiritual and be faithful now. Like now out of nowhere, now they're getting on their hands and knees and they're praying like, God, please save me. God, please help me. And God's like, the only way I'm going to help and save you is if you take responsibility and accountability. Again, strong Scorpio Libra energy here, even Sagittarius. The energy here is being transmuted. This is a sudden shift moving forward, because temperance happens after a death. After the ending of something. Somebody here has been highly competitive with this Five of Wands, and this is somebody in your own camp. And I'll say this time and time again, the Five of Wands is supposed to be, you know, the brigade, the unit, the team, right? If you're thinking about sports, right? They're supposed to be coming together, right? Like when they practice, right? For example, I'm going to use the Red Sox because I'm in Boston. Like when the Red Sox get together, right? They practice against each other to sharpen their skills. That's what it's supposed to be. But somebody here has been being highly aggressive at it. They're viewing you as the competition instead of you supposing to be on their team. But yet now they want to come back. They want you to help them because, like, we're supposed to be on the same team. So the rules only apply to you, collective. The rules never apply to them. Somebody is finding out the hard way. You can't have it both ways. Somebody here could even be bisexual. Again, no judgment on that. But this could be somebody you're trying to run and cover up their own secret life. We did have a secret lover, and I did say earlier that there was some kind of couple in relationship here, courtship, that is falling apart. Maybe due to somebody's secret lifestyle because they're unable to own who they really are. There's nothing wrong with being bisexual, right? But there is an issue when you're in a relationship with somebody and you're not honest about who you are. Know thyself before you try to tell anybody else who you are. Somebody has spent their whole life mimicking something that they're not, trying to cover up secrets, trying to cover up their escapism, instead of just owning up to it. And that has snowballed and caused them to be irrational, impulsive, reckless, and thinking that they're above the law, spiritual or physical. Hell, even both. They like attention. This is giving Jezebel energy. It's given somebody here who's 5 minutes are up, that has been up. Ace of Swords reversed. You cannot base things on a lie. And that lie starts with your inner truth. You know, I'm not going to say it. Universe, tell me about this clout hungry. Somebody here is clout hungry because they feel left out of the cold because you're the Empress and a High Priestess. And they know the truth is coming your way. This person cannot hold a match to you. They can't. And they know it. Y'all could have recently even had a fallout. Like, maybe you told this person off and you told them where to goddamn go. Like, maybe you held the mirror right up to this person. The same person who was wearing some kind of costume, some kind of disguise, right? Spiritually, in order to mask themselves, in order to mask their intentions. The truth is being ready to spill. You already know the truth. You've known this truth. You know your value. You know what you offer. You know what you bring to the table. You know how fruitful you can be. The Empress gives birth to new life. She creates. She's a creator. This is somebody here who can take what is given to them and make magic with it and create new life. Create a new story. It's the power to transmute energy. And somebody's like, how does collective do it? Instead of asking you how you do it, it's like, let's try to manipulate them so we can feed off of them. And then we can get away with whatever we thought that we could get away with, and it's going to be fine. It's not going to be fine. Because God has been watching, the universe has been watching, and here they are telling you everything you need to know. Even if you don't know why you're making certain moves, why you're moving the way that you are, why you're doing certain things the way that you are, it's those intuitive hits from Source, from Spirit, from the universe, from your ancestors, from your spirit guides that are saying, we're going to switch things up a little bit because they have full awareness of what's been going on against you. Some of you, your dreams could have been weird. Like maybe you felt like you have been trying to flee something, or that something was after you. That's because all of the shit talking, all of the projections, all of the lies, everything that they said about you created this monster. The monster needs to be put down. It's causing too much of a havoc. Somebody here created chaos in your life, and once you became the eye of the storm, is really what it's telling me, you became the calm in the center of the storm, You know, chaos doesn't affect people who have the power to be able to transmute. You're just empowering them even more. Universe, tell us more. What is hidden? What lies beneath the surface that the collective needs to know about? What's beyond that veil? Somebody gets into things, because we did have that marrying for money earlier. They get into things for what they can get, not for how they feel. And if you're always ignoring your own feelings, then you're never going to be happy. Caution, somebody here needs anger management. And yet they hate nothing about you. Make it make sense. Be very, very careful. Somebody here could be wanting to come back in because they're going to claim, I don't hate anything about you. I love you. You're my such and such. You're this to me. You're that to me. Again, just an earthly title. I don't care what the title is. If you constantly make collective feel a certain way, they're not going to constantly allow you to come back in, right? Fool me once, shame on you, but fool me twice, shame on me. Somebody wants you to check yourself. They're trying to put you in your place, whatever that means to them, right? This is somebody here who, again, feels like they're above everybody else and feels like they need to put you in your place because they don't like where you are. They don't like what it is that you're doing. Again, why? It's not their problem. It's not their problem. They're not God. Are you breaking any rules? Are you breaking any laws, collective? I don't think so. Are you following your heart? Absolutely. Are you just trying to be happy? Absolutely. And somebody here wants you to check yourself. You know what they really should be doing is checking themselves, right? The moment that somebody tries to check somebody else, you need to really take a good hard look at your own self. Like, really. Take a good hard look. If you feel like you have to say something about somebody else, take a good hard look at yourself first. Who the fuck do you think you are? And if they can't answer that question, then keep it pushing. If you don't know who you are, don't try to tell me who I am. This person is trash. They're being thrown away. They're getting tossed out. Universe. There's a whole shit show here. A situation is about to explode. Watching shit go down. Enjoy the gossip. I love hearing about what people say about me. I do. I'm like, people are so inventive and so creative. Can you imagine if they put that actual energy into actually doing something for themselves? They would actually be somebody. Somebody here, somebody's shit about tantric sex is coming out. Somebody here does not want to hear it. They're getting played. This is somebody here who's probably even getting played by their own secret lover. This is a fake friend. Maybe they have fake friends. False apology and envy. You know, when it comes to this tantric sex, right? Sex and love are two different things. First and foremost. Let's get that out there, right? Just because you can have an orgasm doesn't mean that it's love. Just keeping it real. I don't know who needs to hear that, but... And please, don't ever make a decision on love based on an orgasm. You can give those to yourself. I'm just keeping it real. This person's own group, maybe this the very same exact people that they try to have go after you are now turning on them. Maybe now this person's realizing, oh wow, they weren't even on my side anyway. Obviously not. If you're an opportunist hanging out with other opportunists and they see an opportunity, they're gonna take it too, right? So somebody here wants to fake apologize, but they don't want to hear. They don't want to hear what you have to say. They're just hoping that you would just take the apology and shut up. Yes, I forgive you, and that's it. But it's not that simple. Because you're going to see right through the fakeness. The moment that they don't want to hear what they did was wrong. Oh, yeah, I know. No. If you really, truly feel sorry for something that you did to someone and you go to apologize to them, it is your responsibility to give them that space to get out whatever they need to get out off of their chest, for you to truly hear how you hurt them. That's how you truly make amends, by recognizing and taking accountability for how you made somebody else feel. And until they do that, remain envious all you want, because collective is not going to allow you back into their life. Doesn't matter who you are, family member, an old friend, it doesn't matter how much time y'all have been friends either. It don't matter. There's no longer glossing over it and looking over things and putting things to the side. A situation is getting ready to explode. Somebody's legal issues are getting the best of them. They're not going to be able to apologize their way out of it because it's not sincere. Somebody here has a real serious issue with their anger that they need to know how to control and manage, and it has to do with their envy. This person has no discipline. Their lack of discipline is what's getting them into their own troubles. But they don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear it, but yet they're the ones crying and asking God for help. But they don't want to hear the help. Somebody's own delusion and illusions are coming up to them. And you're just decided with this moon card, you know what? I'm no longer going to feed into this delusion. I'm no longer going to feed into whatever the hell you think is up, because I know what's really up here. I know that you're just a faker. You don't care. Right? And this is somebody here who has done this multiple times. And it comes to a point where, you know what? Somebody knows that they can keep doing it. They can just throw you a fake apology and that you'll accept it. But all of this is happening because you didn't. As you should not have. You don't need to accept this. Like I said, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Oh, it's 7 p.m. My cats are yelling at me so I can give them their treats. Y'all can wait a few. I'm sorry. I'm almost done, baby. This has to do with belief systems and somebody's facade. Somebody here had some expectations that were not grounded in reality. Conformity. They were trying to make you conform. They don't like your belief systems. They don't like your belief system. Right? This could be somebody here who was conditioned maybe by a religion. And I'm not throwing shade out there to people out there who practice religion. Do you? But it's another thing when you... There's a big difference between religion and spirituality. Okay? To me, in my eyes. You know, spirituality is all about having a personal connection with spirit and divine. And for each and every single one of us, that looks differently. I'm a firm believer in being the church instead of going to church. Just saying. Just saying. Somebody here does not want you to have a close connection with God and with Source and with Divine. They want you to fall into an old conditioning and a belief system. Universe, tell us more. We have fate, fortune, and fears. Somebody here is in fear because of their illusions, their limitations. Overthinking, negative outlook. Somebody, you're in your North Node. That's what this is. They helped push you into your North Node. They helped further catapult you into your destiny. This is fate. This is fate. You found your life path. With karmic challenges come karmic rewards. The Wheel of Fortune is in your favor. Karma cycles divine intervention and divine detours. So the detours that they created for you are now the detours that they don't know how to navigate. So what these people ended up doing is they ended up putting you through extra schooling, which is only going to give you extra rewards. You did extra work. That was extra credit. This has to do with your self-worth and your high vibration. Healing unworthiness. Maybe at one point, maybe this person felt like you needed their validation in order to feel worthy, or that you needed their approval. But what happens when you don't anymore? They lose whatever power they thought they had over you. And with that, they can no longer get away with things because you're not letting it slide. Universe, who could this person be? Please give us some clues for the collective. I'm still working on my own version of the Who Is It deck. There's a lot more cards I want to add to this. It's still a work in progress. I hope to have it done by the end of June. I don't want to put a time frame on it because I hate rushing my creative projects. I like to enjoy myself, and I like things to happen as they happen, right? I don't like to force creativity. But it's in the process. It's in the works. But yeah. Universe, who could this be? Somebody here could have a tooth gap. Maybe somebody here has really messed up teeth. Maybe somebody here is upset that you have perfect teeth, or maybe you got your teeth fixed, right? Cardi B energy, get a bag and fix my teeth. More power to you. This could be somebody here who is bald, or they're balding. Maybe you have a nice set of hair. Somebody here who wears red a lot, or somebody here could even be driving a red car. We have braids. Somebody here could wear a lot of braids, micro braids, cornrows. We have bald and then braids. I mean, take it however it resonates. I'm reading from many different people. You're each dealing with somebody different. Not everybody that you're dealing with is bald, right? And I'm not trying to say that every bald person out there is negative. This person could be muscular, or this is somebody here who's somewhat of a gym rat. Or maybe this is somebody here who thought that they could get by on their looks, thought that they could get by on force. You know, not all big muscles that you see are for strength. Some of it's just for show. Because you can build mass not for strength, but just for, I don't know, plumpness, bigness. I don't know. Somebody here could have straight hair. We do have short. Somebody here is short. We have a beauty mark. Somebody here could have a beauty mark. We have a witch here at the bottom of the deck. You could be a witch. Maybe somebody here is upset that you're a witch, right? And being a witch has nothing to do with religion. It just has to do with being able to access your own inner power. This could even be somebody here who was trying to make you feel short. We have makeup, we have long hair. We have medium hair in the reverse, so this person definitely has long hair. Or maybe somebody here is even, maybe this person's thinking about cutting their hair. Something here about somebody wanting to switch up their looks, so maybe they're not caught. Maybe they're not, I don't get it. Somebody could also be wearing a lot of makeup. It's given Mimi from the Drew Carey show. We have Australian. Somebody here could be from Australian. They could be from Australian descent. You could be from Australia. We have a redhead. Somebody here could have red hair. Something here about Keith Urban. Maybe somebody here is a Keith Urban fan. I know he's Australian. Something about country music. Wow, now we have short hair in the reverse. Somebody here is also thinking about making a dramatic change in regards to their hair. They definitely want to get rid of their long hair. They want to make it short. Somebody is trying to evade the legal system by changing up their looks. Listen, you can paint your body, you can cut your hair, you can do whatever you want to do, but your DNA is still the same. We have markings, blue eyes in the reverse, so somebody here could be wearing contacts. Their eyes are not really blue. They're just lying. If you didn't know, now you know. We have black or African American. We have same height as you. This is somebody who thinks that they're in the same boat as you. That just because you come from the same tribe, that you have the same mission. No, you don't. No, you don't. This could even be like a step sibling or like an adoptive sibling or like a step parent or somebody here who thinks that just because that they're in something with you that y'all are the same. You're not the same. And this is somebody here with exaggerated features. Somebody here could even exaggerate their features. They could even exaggerate their muscles. Somebody here could be on steroids, like the ones that you use to like bulk up. I'm not talking about people who need steroids for like medication wise. That's different. Somebody who definitely does not feel comfortable with their natural self, that they feel like they need to alter themselves in order to feel good about themselves, because they can't look at their own face in the mirror, because when they do, they're reminded of what they did. Interesting. Universe. What doors are available to the collective at this time? What doors are available to the collective at this time, please? I really hope the background music isn't too loud. If it is, y'all, I apologize. We have the Door of Wisdom, the Door of Visions, and the Door of Intuition. Insight, enlightenment, experience, understanding, and intelligence. You have been given more wisdom, more insight, and more enlightenment. It's all about enlightenment. Some of y'all are even going through another awakening. And maybe you're like, how much higher can I rise? Child, you can continue to rise even higher. Foresight, revelation, prophecy, sight, senses, and apparition, the Door of Visions. You're being granted the opportunity to use your wisdom, your knowledge, your enlightenment, your experience here to be able to prophesy the future, to see how things are going to be able to play out, because you have that knowledge, you have that wisdom. It's all about patterns, and it's all about archetypes. This is what I was going to say earlier that I didn't want to say, but I'm going to say it now because this is here. Before there was creation, right? Before the universe came to be, everything was just energy, right? All these concepts, all of our words, all of our languages, all of the definitions, everything that we attribute in the physical world was all just energy. It's all energy. It's all archetypes. And once you understand that it's all energy, you break free from the matrix. You break free from the religion. You break free from the conditioning. You break free from the programming. It's all energy. Many different cultures, it's the same thing with different stories, different faces, different myths, different legends, but ultimately lead you to the same place. It's all energy. But part of being human is our ego. And our ego likes to put these definitions and these words and to make us seem like we're something. We're everything. We're energy. We didn't create it. It was always there. Door of intuition, insight, perception, awareness, premonition, and instinct. You guys are on point at this time. Pay attention to your dreams. Be careful with what you speak out, because I feel like you have the power to make things happen. Be very, very careful with this new wisdom that you have been given. And continue to trust in your intuition. Continue to trust in your intuition. It's leading you in the right direction. And it's also time for you to be creative. It's time for you to express yourself. Wow, this one says vision here as well. The veil is being lifted around you, or the veil already has lifted around you. It's like when you look at people, you see into the depths of their soul, and people can't stand that. That scares them. Because what are you going to find out? But what is it that they're hiding? What is it that they're running from? Universe, any final messages and confirmations for the collective, please? Any final messages or confirmations for the collective? It's going to get loud for a hot moment, so I do apologize. We have the letters ED that literally came out flying off to the side. Somebody here could be having issues with their, their manhood. That's what happens when you keep sticking it in places where it shouldn't be. With all that tantric sex. I'm sorry, I'm just saying. That's what happens when you overindulge, when you overuse something. It gets worn out. We have the number 70, the number 62. God, I really hope this isn't somebody here who's 70 years old. We have the number 92. Somebody here could have been born in 1992. We have the number 19. Someone's name could be Ed. Eddie. We have the number 64. We have the number 8. We have the number 60. Someone's name could be Kurt. Someone's name could be Gia. Someone's name could be Tom or Tommy. Something here about Mexico. Somebody could even be thinking about fleeing the country, or maybe some of y'all are from Mexico. Maybe somebody here's from Mexican descent. Somebody here could speak Spanish. We have the number 3. Something here, no. Somebody doesn't like being told no. Something here about a t-shirt, maybe. Somebody's name could be Lee. Something here about pot. Maybe somebody here smokes a lot of pot. Or somebody here is not tending to their garden. Someone's name could be Eugene. And I think I spelled that right. If not, I apologize. We have the number 9. Someone's name could be BJ. Or somebody's obsessed with that. I don't know. Number 47. I don't know. Something here about liking people. Is this somebody here who likes people to service them? Doesn't have to be sexually. Just all the time. We have Luna. Someone's name could be Luna. Or something here to do with the moon. Something here to do with the recent moon phase. Someone's last name could be Hart, H-A-R-T. Or something here about the Hart. That reminds me of the original Reba series. Somebody here is a fan of the original Reba series. Maybe somebody here likes Reba. I love Reba. It's a good show. I think I'm going to rewatch that, actually. Something here about E.T. Some of y'all are definitely getting into your starseed cosmic roots here. We have the number 90. Somebody here could have been born in 1990. Something here could have even been happening since you were a child. Someone's name could be Ramona or Ramon. Something here about the Ramones. Someone's nickname could be Jay. Someone's name could be Jamie, like how I spell it, or Jaime. Their name could be Jaime if they're Spanish, or Jaime if they're Portuguese, or they could spell it like this, Jamie, however people want to spell it. Something here about jam. Maybe somebody here likes to make their own jam, like they make their own jelly. We have the number 23. Someone's name could be Reuben. Or maybe somebody here likes to eat Reuben sandwiches. Isn't that made with corned beef? Or I could be wrong. Someone's name could be Yuri. Or Uriel. Something here about Archangel Uriel. Something here about BJ Investigates. I don't know if y'all follow her. That just came to mind. Something here about Katy Perry with the E.T. Something here about a loner. Maybe you're a loner, maybe somebody's threatened by the fact that you're a loner, that you won't let somebody in, or something about the Lone Star State. Isn't that Texas? Texas is beautiful, but I can only survive there in the winter. It is way too hot for a tiny old me. I don't know how y'all live down there. I could not do it. Something here about New York. In New York. Alright, I'm not gonna sing because I can't sing. Someone's name could be Connie. Or somebody's just a con artist. Something here about the net, something here about the World Wide Web, the internet, or someone here really try to lace something together. They definitely try to intertwine something, or they try to put you in something. Someone's name could be Paul, or Paula, Polly. We have Lo, something about lo mein. Maybe somebody here likes lo mein. Or maybe I'm just hungry. Something here about a den. Something here happened in the den. Maybe it was Colonel Mustard in the den. Sorry. Small joke. Something here about get. Somebody here was trying to get something. They wanted to get something. Something here about a whiz. I don't know, maybe somebody here thought that they were some kind of wizard. Or they'd be able to whiz through something. Something here about fam. This could be somebody here that says the word family. Hey, fam. Or something. Someone's name could be Jacob. Someone's name could be Yvonne. I hope I didn't spell that wrong. Something about the Wizard of Oz. I'm sorry, y'all, if I keep hitting the microphone. I apologize. Something here about Oni, or like Omniville, or something. Something is on. Something is being turned on. Oh my goodness. Someone's name could be Dee Dee. Someone's name could be Dorothy. Something here about the ATC. Somebody here, something about ATV. Maybe somebody here likes to drive an ATV. Or they like to go off-roading or something. Someone's name could be Jen. Or Jenna. Someone's name could be Janice. Something about Janis Joplin. Someone's name could be Pete. Someone's name could be Tyler. Or Ty, maybe that's their nickname. Something about Tylenol, maybe somebody here uses a lot of Tylenol. Something here about a TV, something could be playing out on TV. Or maybe somebody got their plans from TV. Something here about an Evo. I believe that's a Mitsubishi car. Or a Line. Or it used to be. Someone's name could be Whitmore. Something here about uni or university. Maybe somebody here could be from England. Or they could be from down under. Maybe they say the word uni. Someone's name could be Craig. Something here about a video. We have vid here. I don't know, maybe somebody got caught on video. Or maybe their sexual acts got caught on video. Or maybe this is somebody here that got off on recording somebody. I don't know. Something here about Venmo. I don't know, there's something here about Venmo. Maybe somebody here was selling video. Maybe somebody here sells videos for money. You know, those kind. Do your thing, but to each their own. Or somebody could have been said that you were selling sex videos for money or whatever, but in reality, that's what they're doing. Someone's name could be Marty. Isn't that a show where somebody's name is Marty in it? It's like an animation show. That's Morty, Rick and Morty. Somebody here could be Morty as well. Someone's name could be Martha. Someone here could say yo. Or something about a yo-yo. Maybe somebody here thought that they could just play with you. Alrighty, that's what I have here. Oh wow, 1 hour and 40 minutes. Something here about hug. I don't know, maybe somebody here needs a hug. Something here about Jen. I don't know, maybe somebody here thinks that you're generous. or you're no longer being generous with your time and your energy and your resources. Alrighty, universe, please give us an affirmation for the collective. Joyville. Universe was like, I know the most perfect one. Isn't that the one that came out last time? I release myself from any and all judgments. I find my inner critic, call it into my office, and tell it to take a vacation. As it leaves the room, I let out a sigh and begin to enjoy the joy of simply being. Who hired that guy anyway? Somebody wanted you to be hyper-judgmental and hypercritical of yourself. Maybe this is somebody who... This person could have even wanted you to compare your life to theirs, but in reality, you're not. They're just the ones comparing theirs to yours. Universe, please give us a final message for whoever this reading is for, please. Relaxation number 49. Excuse me. Relaxation is important for your health, mood, relationships, and overall well-being. It is easy to become entangled in anxiety, worry, stress, and paralyzed thinking. Your day-to-day life may be filled with a multitude of stresses that affect your thoughts and cause you to feel disconnected with the truth of your being. Dedicating time to relaxation provides a solid foundation to assist you to be able to live a more balanced, less stressful life. The importance of respite can help to alleviate tension and other health concerns. Indulge in a spiritual bath, adding essential oils and sea salt to the water, lighting candles, burning some incense, and if possible, utilizing clear quartz and rose quartz crystals to intensify the healing nature of the experience. Use this time to get centered and balanced. Practicing deep breathing techniques can also bring about calm and peace. Remember to take a deep breath before you act impulsively on your thoughts, as this will bring fresh oxygen to your body and relieve anxiety. Affirmations are another great tool to help you relax and grow in body, mind, and spirit. As you repeat positive, life-affirming statements about yourself, you'll notice powerful manifestations of your affirmations in your life. Ask Ganesha for assistance on your spiritual course towards expansion and illumination, and trust that you can now relax and enjoy the journey. You can now relax and enjoy the journey. You're entering Joyville. Alrighty, and lastly, I'm going to be reading an excerpt from this book. It's called The Book of Happy. I don't know who it was written by. It says Adams Media. I ended up purchasing this at like Five Below like years ago. Just seemed really cool. Every page has something different, like 250 ways to a happier you. So, universe, please give us something for the collective. Stay calm in your car. If you spend a good amount of time traveling each day, you know how stressful it can be. Whether you're commuting to and from work or driving your children around town, you encounter noise, traffic, and frustrated people. Sometimes blotting out the noise is a viable option. Block out the road rage by telling yourself, "May I have peace within my heart, peace with all of my relationships, and peace with all beings." On the whole, the happiest people seem to be those who have no particular cause for being happy, except that they are so. It's from William R. Ing, an English Anglican priest. You don't need a reason to be happy. And I think that's the problem. That's also part of the problem. You don't need a reason to be happy, and people are trying to rob your joy, but they don't know where it's coming from. You're just happy. That is what I have for y'all, collective. I am sending you all lots of love and lots of light, and I will see you tomorrow. Ciao.